It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Welcome, everybody, to the Bead Places live party. Welcome, everybody. I'm Alex. This is Abby.
Hi.
We're at the Bead Place in the fantastic Fairview Heights, Illinois.
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 We're in the St. Louis area. For any of you who are not in the St. Louis area, if you're curious where Fairview Heights is, not in Chicago.
We're not. We're not any. We're way close.
We can see the arch from the interstate.
We're a stone's throw away from St. Louis. We're Cardinals fans, not Cubs fans. And that's all I got to say about that. Anyways, we're going to be taking a look at some Tiger's Eye. I'm not going to pretend to know what any of that means.
But
so I'm going to hand it off. No, we're not.
We're going to educate Alex tonight.
We're going to educate you, or she is.
I'm going to try.
And I'm going to do the ones and twos and try and make sure the stream doesn't crash.
The ones and the twos. Speaking of where we're from, where are you guys from? Let us know where you're watching from. We always love to see
thanks, Suzanne. Yeah,
where our viewers are watching from.
I did get a haircut.
He got his ears.
Yeah, they're much lower, as you can tell.
His ears lowered.
So, yeah. Anyways.
Okay, so
before we get started, though, make sure to like the video or heart the video if you're on Facebook and share it across the multiverse. It would really help us a lot. Do it right now. We need at least 10 likes before we continue, or hearts. Likes or
my
hearts.
hair is fluffy today. Speaking of hair,
it is. I was like cropping the video, and I noticed you were like taller than me, or taking up more space above our heads. From Florida,
Northern Illinois, Syracuse, Pittsburgh, South Carolina, Louisville. I can't say that right.
Got some Cubs fans.
South Florida,
Louisville,
Montana. Hi everybody, thanks for hanging out. Indiana. Hey Brandy, I was working on your order today. I think it's almost done, if not going out today. So thank you. North Carolina, another Indiana.
You gotta say it like this. North Carolina.
You probably just blew out everybody's speaker. Sorry, everyone. We are not liable for blown out speakers.
That's true.
Watch at your own risk.
So you gotta say it like when Kenny Omega comes to the ring. You gotta say it like that. Yeah.
So, Alex, I'm gonna have you switch the banner to our regular stream banner. I would like to know what you guys would like to do first. Would you guys like to learn about Tiger's Eye first, or would you guys like to take a look at the new Tiger's Eye that we just got yesterday?
Let's jump into it, and then
I want to know what they want to do.
They want to do that, I promise. Okay. I'll bet you $50.
While we're waiting, I'm going to tell you about the deals that we have going on for tonight's stream.
The deals.
We usually don't do big discounts on new product. However, I'm going to be real honest with you guys. I spent way too much money yesterday. Way too much money yesterday with one of our gemstone importers. I knew better, but they get here.
You done goofed.
They show me these strands, and I am like, I need it all. And let me tell you, I got best friend prices. I normally get best friend prices because
you're a best friend.
I'm a best friend. and then we can pass those best friend prices on to you guys. So we usually try to buy like as much as we can with our best friends that give us best friend prices, because it works out better for you guys that way, you know? So I had like a budget in mind, and we're talking 10 times that budget. So
you blew the budget.
So I really am hoping that we can move this stuff fast so that I'm not in trouble. And there's nobody that could get me in trouble but myself. So the deals that we are doing tonight are, if you spend $100 or more, you get 30% off the new strands. Oh, Melanie says, is it my screen, or are you guys slightly out of focus? I don't know.
Probably out of focus.
You want to see if
Not
you
much
can?
we can do about it.
Oh, can
It's
you
at its
move
longest
the?
focal length right now.
Oh, we're at a bigger table because we have so much stuff going on right now. Sorry about that. It looks okay on mine, but it I'm watching it small. So anyway, if you spend $100 or more, 30% off. And then if you spend $200 or more, you get that 30% off plus a free.
But wait, there's more.
A free 8mm strand of standard color, like honey colored tiger's eye.
F-R-E-E, that spells free.
Full length strand.
Thebeadplace.net, baby.
No, beadplace.net.
I always get it wrong.
We leave off the to make it easier for you to type.
It's not the Facebook, you know. It's
Hey, Lois. So it looks like we've got kind of a tie here. We've got see the strands, learn while we shop, and then education. So I like Sue's idea, learn while we shop. So I'm going to throw a couple of facts at you guys, and we'll go as we go.
typically that's when you go.
Cool.
All right.
Okay, so.
Oh, bam! Look at that. Isn't the lighting over here, like, for some reason, like, way better? I think it's because there's more lights. There's, like, more lights clustered in this corner.
Yeah, it's brighter over here.
And we got the bead wall behind us again, and everybody loves looking at that.
Yeah. This is, I think, the first time we've streamed back here in this back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
look at that. It's gorgeous, and the camera's picking up the colors pretty accurately.
Yeah. So if this is your first time, normally we don't do these shopping shows on YouTube, but we figured since it was a little bit educational, what we're doing tonight, we would co-stream on YouTube as well. If you are planning to shop, we would appreciate it if you would go ahead and head over to Facebook to shop live.
Do I need a piece of paper?
Yeah, you do.
We haven't done one of these quite some time.
It just makes it a little bit easier for us to contact you if we have any questions about your order. So the way that you can shop live is you can just leave comments with the letter of what you'd like to purchase and then the quantity of the strands that you'd like to purchase. You leave that comment right in chat, right as you're watching. If it's easier for you to make a list on your own and then send us a message after the fact, that works too. But make sure that you've included in your message what your email address is so that we can go back and send you an invoice for the items that you'd like to purchase. So yeah, let's get into it. Alex is on his way with paper and it looks like a pen. Any questions? I don't have any questions. Do you have any questions? No?
What's your favorite scary movie? No, I don't know.
What's your favorite scary movie? All right, so first, let's talk about what tiger's eye is while we take a look at letter A. Oh, that was weird.
Magenta.
So letter A is tiger's eye. These are 6mm magenta. They are beautiful, beautiful high-end.
Minimum buy and or shipping cost?
Shipping cost is $5 for U.S. orders. So these are 6mm, very high-end, heat color treated magenta tiger eye. So tiger eye is actually formed when parallel veins of crocodylite fibers are altered to iron oxides and then replaced by silica. So generally what happens is that iron, kind of like rust almost, it kind of reacts with the silica to turn it that beautiful honey color that we're used to seeing with tiger's eye. So usually it'll have some other minerals present if it's other colors. The ones that we're looking at now are, like I said, they're heat color treated. So that is how these get their color. But
look at this. I can do this.
Oh, that's cool.
That doesn't work that well though. Almost like I should have used my finger or the mouse.
Yeah, maybe.
How long are these strands?
These are standard length strands, so 15 to 16 inches on average. All right, B is going to be our beautiful 8 millimeter. Hopefully this is a little bit better in focus. So that beautiful kind of like silica fiber that we see in these like fiber optic looking beads is an effect that is called chatoyancy.
Chatoyancy. Beep, 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 beep. That's the word of the day.
So A was 20, and then B, I don't even think I told you guys, B is 25. And remember, you're getting 30% off if you spend $100 or more. And then $200 or more, you get a free strand of 8 millimeter honey tiger's eye, which is the regular color that we're used to seeing. So
how much was A?
A was 20, and then B is 25.
I'm not updating the prices on the thing.
Oh,
it's been so long.
Yeah, out of practice. So this eye effect is predominantly found in metamorphic rocks, including silica crystals, which enable these rocks to reflect light. So I'm not wiggling my hand as much as I should so you guys can see these beautiful banding. And what I love about these strands is that they did a really great job of selecting the grain pattern, if you will, when they did these. So they're cut beautifully. A lot of times with poor quality tiger's eye, you see all these kinds of weird directions and it just is kind of jarring to look at, but not with these. These are beautiful. They have this almost like milky kind of moonstone glow to them.
I do love a good milk steak.
Stop.
If anybody gets that reference,
you get a free strand of tiger's eye. How about that? If the first person that can tell us what that reference is, if you are placing an order, I should say, if we're already shipping something to you, you get a free strand of 8 millimeter tiger's eye.
There you
Honey
go.
tiger's eye.
All right, how much is this one?
This one is $30 regular price. So tiger's eye is sometimes thought of as an inexpensive stone, and it's sometimes thought of as a very expensive stone, and both are actually correct because tiger's eye is such a popular stone that there is really, really kind of low-end tiger's eye out there. That's kind of the jarring style that I was discussing or referring to earlier. And then there's also really, really high-end, glowy, beautiful tiger's eye. And so what we're looking at tonight is that. You guys know that our focus here is quality. And so when we buy gemstones, we're okay with paying a little bit more because we know that the quality of the gemstones that we carry are significantly higher than some of the alternatives out there. And hopefully any of you that are watching it in the comments, if you've bought gemstones from us before, hopefully you can attest to that. So tiger's eye is found in a lot of different places actually, but the majority of the tiger's eye that we see these days comes out of South Africa, and a pretty good chunk of it comes from Western Australia. But most of it comes from South Africa. But the different locations where tiger's eye can be mined, the different mineral makeup will very, very much affect the color of the tiger's eye. So the next one that we're going to be looking at is D. These are 6 millimeter purple, and they don't have a price on them. How much are they? They are 20%, or I'm sorry, $20 a strand. But remember, you guys are going to be getting 30% off if you spend $100 or more. So these are beautiful purple tiger's eye in a, I would say more of like an amethyst tone. So throughout history, tiger's eye is one of the most mentioned gemstones. Roman soldiers actually wore engraved tiger's eye to protect them in battle. And it's still used or thought of as a protective stone today.
Is this what that song was about?
I don't know. The Eye of the Tiger?
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
Well, that's actually, the Eye of the Tiger is actually what this stone is named after.
Is that song?
No. The Eye of the Tiger, like the animal. Like the Eye of the Tiger, obviously. Because of that beautiful kind of honey brown
I thought color. It was because of that song.
No. Sorry. Tiger's Eye is much older than that.
I forget the name of the band that did that song, but did you know that Sylvester Stallone got them to make that song for Rocky? And it was they forgot to make it, and then they went in like a day before and recorded it. And the band thought that it was going to be so bad, and Sylvester Stallone was going to deny it and hate it. Turned out, it's like one of the most popular songs of all time, and obviously the theme song to Rocky. So
that's wild.
Fun fact. I don't know the name of the band. If you got, what's the name of the band that plays Eye of the Tiger? Somebody's got to know. Google it. I don't know. New to beading / wire work, would you say the less expensive tiger's eye or gemstones in general aren't as good quality? Also, you get what you pay for kind of thing?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, you have to be careful buying gemstones because sometimes you'll see gemstones at a significantly higher price and they're not quite as good of quality, but it's kind of one of those things where like you want to make sure you're buying from a reputable source, somewhere that either has good reviews or that like has been around for a long time. And then the best way to buy gemstones is to buy them in person so you can actually see what you're getting. Chances are if it's really pretty, then it's like a higher end gemstone. But that's not always the case. So this is E. Oh, nice. Alex, if you could switch on screen to E. These are 8mm amethyst purple tiger's eye.
Price?
They are $25.
Survivor is the name of the group that played.
So
Eye of the Tiger.
Speaking of like why tiger's eye is thought to be a protective stone, it is seen as the embodiment of a tiger's character traits of bravery, strategic thinking, and patience. And so the Romans wore amulets of tiger's eye to fight off fear, to protect them, and to give them enough strength to win the battle. So on to the next. So this one, the next one we're going to look at is also an 8. However, this is a little bit more of a blue purple color. So I liked this Hank, and I got this one also. This one is 8mm 25. And yeah, I mean, I want to be like perfectly upfront and open with you guys. These tiger's eye are more expensive than a lot of tiger's eye out there, but for good reason. They are very, very high end. You will, I mean, you can see the difference on screen, but even in person, especially in person, you'll be able to see. So these are F, and they are a little bit more of a blue purple than this amethyst color over here. So I'm waiting to see how much of a difference we see on the monitor. Oh yeah, you can see a difference. Yeah, this is one of those stones where like you see that beautiful color when it catches the light. And so the screen is never going to show how much beauty they truly have. Alrighty. So we are moving on to G. This is a 10mm purple stone, and they are $30 a strand. Big, heavy. I am just getting this tag real quick. But on these bigger stones, it's a lot easier to kind of see that chatoyancy show up. We have a really serious delay tonight. So speaking of those beautiful bands, in ancient Egypt, the beautiful bands of gold displayed by the stones were thought to be rays of the powerful sun god embodied by the tiger. So tiger's eye was regarded as one of the most, oh, I'm not even on screen, one of the most prized gems of the Nile River Valley. Can you read comments to me, please? No, so Melanie asked, are you holding a single strand? That's pretty long. So the strands are approximately 15 to 16 inches long. What I'm holding are little 6 and 12 strand bundles, just so that it's easy for me to pick it up and show on screen. But what I've got here is a single strand. So I'm trying to bring it back to show you. Like that. So these are 10 millimeter, so they're pretty big beads.
H. Price.
All right, H is $20.
Is this going to be a two-part show?
I don't think so. We might have to break it into two parts. If you would want to help me tag these, we might be able to get through them a little faster.
I don't even know.
Just in order.
I understand that.
All right, so this is H. H is this beautiful 6 millimeter kind of sapphire blue color. So a lot of tiger's eye jewelry has actually been discovered in ancient Egyptian tombs. And this blue color always reminds me of,
hey, Susan.
Kind of like that, I don't know, Egyptian style jewelry. We see a lot of lapis, which we will have coming up in shows the next couple weeks. I. All right, so we're moving on to I. I is 8 millimeter. These are 25 a strand. They are so heavy. These are 8 millimeter in that beautiful sapphire blue. Oh, why that keeps drowning out like this. It's truly showing a good representation of the color, even though my hand looks like it's white as paper.
Well, I mean, it is.
It is. So legend goes that the stone actually holds the power of the midday sun, the hottest time of day, and the symbolic peak.
What size millimeter do you suggest for earring beads?
8. I would say 8's a good kind of general all-purpose size. But it just depends on if you want dainty earrings or chunky earrings. I don't think any of the ones we're looking at tonight would be out of sorts for earrings. Basically the peak of the life force is thought to be the hottest point of the day. So pharaohs in ancient Egypt and other high-ranking aristocrats of the Egyptian court would often wear tiger's eye jewelry, believing that it would give them additional vitality and strength and energy, all those wonderful things that the sun gives to us.
Dayman.
All right, so moving on to J. These big, beautiful 10 mils are incredible. They are $30, and keep in mind you are getting 30% off when you spend $100 or more, or 30% off and a free strand of 8 mils with $200 or more. Beyond its strength, the stone represented the concept of the all-powerful eye, which, as you guys know, we've discussed before. And it was a precious sacred offering to include in the tombs of pharaohs to help them navigate the afterlife. So the eye, whether it be the evil eye or the all-seeing eye, held a lot of spiritual power throughout history in so many different cultures. And so this stone in particular, because of its eye-like chatoyancy, kind of is symbolic of that power and that, like, I don't know, omnipotent.
Omnipotent?
Yeah, omnipotent.
Omniscience?
I was going to say omnipresent, but omnipotent. Omnipotent is the better word for that.
Omniscience?
I don't know what you're talking
Omniscience? Omniscience.
Yeah, that. All right, so I'm going to move to the next tray. I'm going to work out carrying this heavy tray of tiger's eye. I will be right back, and Alex will entertain you.
And writing this down. Thank you, Melanie. Saying that right, I think.
Look at these.
What are those? Here's Jay. We're running out of these little cookie doos.
No, there should be enough. Oh, the clips.
Yeah, the hooky doos.
There's a box of them up on the front counter if you want to grab more. All right, so this is K.
Are they?
This is $20, and Alex is going to adjust that on. Oh, thank you. So this is a beautiful teal color. So
hi, Lori. Welcome.
These are 6mm full-length strands, incredible heat-colored tiger's eye. I know, and this is just like a 1/10 of, like, all that we're looking at tonight is like a 1/10 of what we did. So normally what is normal now, but in years past, we had always gone to the Tucson Gem and Jewelry shows for our big annual buying trip, and we would also have a booth there and like be exhibitors at the show as well. But we haven't done that the last few years, so I thought I would treat us, like the collective us, because like we have a fabulous selection of gemstones, but I always like to go above and beyond with the selection that we have here in the store. And in the store,
hi Trish,
with the gemstone wall, like you could see through some of the strands to the wall behind it, and that's not okay with me. Like, I want to have all the beads, just all of them. How about I show them and you clip them? Does that sound good?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The strands.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I'll do it.
Clip what? Oh,
These.
Tag them?
Yeah.
How much is L?
25. You are clicking something on the chair, and I bet they can hear that.
Well, I am awesome.
All right, on to L. I'm going to scooch this forward so I have a little bit more room to work. Would you mind running to grab more of the clips?
Where are they?
On the square tray on the side counter facing the front door. There should be a little square tray, a black tray, and in it should be some of these letters and also some more of these, some more of the pins. Okay, then you can grab hooks from the orange tray on the bottom shelf in the hallway to the office. We're ill prepared tonight. It's been a day. I'm including Alex when he should not be included on that. Okay, so these are beautiful 8mm heat treated tiger's eye. They are beautiful teal color. So in Chinese folklore beliefs, the tiger is protecting the good, guarding it from evil, and being a guardian spirit. So tiger's eye has often been carved into amulets and worn to ward off bad spirits, protecting its wearers.
Is this L?
Yes.
I don't know. I couldn't find the ones you were talking about.
Okay, I'll do it.
LN.
Can you repunch this so that it's not like off this side? I will be right back with more hooks. And Alex, if you want to show the next one, you can.
No, I don't do it good. What is it? Oh,
That last one was L. And then if you could get caught up on comments, because I thought there were some comments.
I'd rather have an 8 than 6. I picked the wrong one.
We can help you fix that. We'll just adjust that on your sheet.
I don't know what that means.
So can you just make a note on Melanie's that she wants to switch to 8 mil? Thank you. Okie dokie.
What does heat treated entail?
So generally what happens when they heat treat gemstones is they do a forced chemical reaction using some kind of additive and then high powered heat. So heat on its own often will change the chemical property of the stone and adjust the color, but often they'll use a chemical additive that when adjusted for the right, like the specific temperature that they use, then it will almost activate the chemical reaction. It's almost like, it's kind of like a more complicated scientific version of like an acid dye, if that makes sense. And there's a lot that goes into it and the process changes all the time. But basically it's like a heat activated chemical reaction dye process that they use to permanently
Can you show
change the
two
color
blues together for comparison?
Yeah, definitely. We will definitely do that. I'm going to show the last color of this teal, and then I'll grab the like the lapis blue. Or actually, I'll have Alex do that now if you don't mind.
I don't know where that is.
The last blue on the first tray.
What am I doing?
Just bringing one over.
I thought she said compare.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're going to compare that blue to this blue. The dark blue, like the lapis blue to the teal blue. All right, so this is M, which is the last size in the teal blue. These are 30, and then remember you're getting 30% off if you spend $100 or more. Good catch.
Spider senses, baby.
So this is that teal. This is M. And then this is that lapis blue. So this is more of like a dark blue turquoise over here. And this looks very similar to lapis. We had this sitting next to some of the lapis that we got. And it was like, oh, which one's which? But then you like look at the chatoyancy and see. So this one is M, that beautiful, beautiful teal. And we are losing a bit of that color saturation. Just because that's kind of what always happens when you're filming and not color grading. But if you saw some of the pictures that we posted to Instagram, that will give you a better, like we generally color adjust those to make sure the tones are correct and accurately showing what the beads look like. So that would be your best bet. And then we can also send daytime picture, like natural light pictures of anything that you're interested in. So we're moving on to N, and N is $20 regular price, 30% off if you are buying $100 or more. And these also remind me of another beautiful natural stone called malachite. So malachite is a stone that has banding, but it doesn't have the chatoyancy that tiger eye has. It doesn't have that fiber optic effect. So malachite is another stone that is very symbolic for grounding and power and courage and strength and clarity. And Tiger's Eye is similar. Tiger's Eye is believed to help you make clear decisions. It's one of those stones that is supposed to help you achieve business success. Now, of course, we're not making any claims for these stones, but this is just what it is thought to do.
What's the price on M?
On M or in?
M.
M was 30 regular price. So Trish asked how many strands come with each. Sorry, I'm new. No need to apologize at all, Trish. So these are high-end Tiger's Eye gemstones. These are priced per strand. So the price that you hear us saying is for a full strand of each of these stones. Now, Tiger's Eye, I'm not sure if you were here for our earlier discussion, but Tiger's Eye is one of those stones that sometimes it's thought of to be cheap and sometimes it's thought of to be very expensive. And both of those thoughts can be accurate because there's a wide quality difference, I guess I should say. A variety of different qualities and different prices. So the Tiger's Eye that we have here tonight are very high-end, very high-quality Tiger's Eye. So they've got really great glow and chatoyancy, and they've got this really cool kind of like, I don't know, milky kind of moonstone-like glow. I know I keep saying that, but that's what I mean. So next we're moving on to O. O is 25 a strand. And these are the beautiful 8 millimeters. So Tiger's Eye is used to deal with issues of self-worth, self-criticism, and blocked creativity. It is thought to be excellent for people who are spaced out or uncommitted. Like I said, it's one of those grounding type stones symbolically. And truly, these do look like glowy malachite. They are just really, really neat. I'm not sure if you guys follow jewelry trends or not, but the heat color malachite is very hot right now. So I took our opportunity to get best friend prices.
How much is Bead?
Pete is 30, and then pass along best friend prices to you. So Melanie, the heat treated malachite generally starts as, or not malachite, the heat treated Tiger's Eye generally starts at the honey color, which is kind of like a catch-all for all these attributes. But as we look at some of the different versions of natural color malachite in our next couple of trays, we'll talk about the differences between the different colors of natural malachite or
Malachite.
No, Tiger's Eye. I'm holding something green, so I'm thinking malachite. So facilitating the correct use of power, Tiger's Eye supports integrity and assists in accomplishing goals in the right way. So it's just kind of one of those stones that just is thought to set you on the right path, help you be a good leader for not only yourself, but for the people around you. So now we're going to look at, like, if you can't decide on these colors and you want a little bit of everything, but maybe that's not in the budget, check this out. We've got all different colors. So we're moving on to Q, and Q is $20 a strand. And these are 6 millimeter multicolor Tiger's Eye. One second, guys. Sorry, I just want to twist them so that you can see a good representation of the color. So we've got blue.
How much was that?
25. So we've got blue, pink, green, teal, golden, black, and then a little bit of like a red, kind of bronzy color. More like natural red tiger's eye rather than the magenta, but there's lots of magenta on here as well. So this is a great strand or color option if you are not sure what color or colors to pick, but you want them all. So a lot of the colored tiger's eye, when it's heat treated, it will show a little bit more of like that selenite look. Because remember, we talked about how the mineral is replaced by like a rust or iron affected silica. So it's one of those like quartz chalcedony stones where it is very, very, very affected by the minerals around it. And then when these stones are heat treated, it kind of can revert back to that really cool selenite like silica look. And so when you see the different variety of color here, it's a little bit easier to see that stranding that happens and what that stranding looks like if it didn't have that kind of iron or rust color on it. So I think that, like, I don't know, chemical reversion back to that kind of like blank slate mineral color is really cool to see. I don't know if that's interesting to anybody but me, but I really love how different minerals affect each other and how heat and pressure and chemicals and all kinds of stuff can make a stone look very, very different from how it started. Is that something you guys are interested in finding out about? Or is that just me because I'm a rock nerd? I would say I'm more of like a science nerd than.
She really loves Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah, I'm like, we watch that show a lot. We have the door open today, so there's a mosquito. Thank you for saving me. Wow.
My hero.
So this is R. R is 8mm multicolor.
Surprise.
$25.
Remember everything. You remember its origin
and
what kind of properties it has, and then people are like, "How much is it?"
So just so you guys know, different color tiger's eye is often different prices. But we've kind of, well, I'll use this word because my good friend, one of my gemstone dealers, used this yesterday in our meeting. Some of these prices we have subsidized to make them more appealing and more end user friendly. The prices of stones and importing and shipping and just raw materials and everything has just gone up so much. And we know that if we did full markup on things, that there would just be no way that we would still be in business. So we generally try to do our best for you guys to make sure that these stones are the right balance between very high quality and also affordability. So I hope that makes sense. But anyway, we have kind of, I don't want to say discounted, but we've kind of lowered the prices on some of these to make it so that they're all the same price. Because some colors are more expensive than others.
How far
in a roundabout way?
We are not getting through this whole thing. If we're doing those two.
No, we're not doing all that. That's for like the next few weeks.
Don't talk about those.
No, we're not doing that. Those are
it?
just our sorting trays. No, we've got those trays, but those have fewer stones. We're good. Please stop.
Please stop. I agree.
I'm elbowing Alex.
She's telling me to zip my lip.
So we're moving on to S. This is $30. And these are 10mm strand of the multicolor. Let me move it closer so you guys can see. My arms just aren't quite long enough for this big table. We're using the big table because we got big stuff.
Lori said, did I hear that right? You say 30% off $100 purchase?
Yeah, if you spend $100, you save 30%. So it's like your end purchase amount needs to be $100. So factor that 30% into what you're buying. Because like, let's say you spend $100, that 30% brings it down to 70. So it needs to be like a little bit more than 100 so that you're getting the
R1.
The total purchase amount is 100. And then if you spend 200 or more, you get that 30% off your purchase price. And then you also get a free 8mm strand of honey tiger's eye, which we will be looking at, I think, on the next tray, which I will grab now.
TT.
All right, so we are looking at the last of those heat colored tiger's eye next, and then we're going to be looking at the natural varieties of tiger's eye. So I have hooks all over the place. This is kind of like a dark emerald green, blue, teal, steel color. And I wish I had a better name for this color than that, but that's how I'm describing it. So this is tea, and this is $20 a strand. It is like it's called black, but it's not black. It's like ink. So it's like dark kind of.
How much is it?
These are 20 a strand. These are dark kind of gray, green, black, blue. So they are very beautiful. They're like a black bead with a little bit of like hyperstein look to them. So they're, yeah, like blue gray. That's a good description, Melanie. But there's just a little bit more green in there than I'm used to seeing in that inky color.
You made me eat. Who's seen Finding Nemo? Everybody, I hope.
You'll be able to see this color better in the bigger size. It's like a gray, green, blue. Like indicolite almost, but dark. So this next one is you, and it is $25. We are looking at this beautiful 8mm. So tiger's eye is thought to be used as a grounding stone to help aid your root chakra. I'm not super knowledgeable about chakra stones other than just like their basic uses and purposes. But this stone is thought to help you slow down and achieve balance where energy is concerned, and also to help you live in the moment, but with clarity. So many people turn to tiger's eye, no matter the variety, to help you detox the blood, to bring about good luck, courage, confidence, and emotional centeredness. Now, again, keep in mind, guys, we are not making any claims about what this tiger's eye will do to change your life, but this is just what it's thought of to represent, I guess we should say. Okay, now on to the natural varieties and colors of tiger's eye. I gotta sit right. My foot's like caught on the side of the table. All right, on to V. So these beautiful mixes are mixes of those natural varieties. So this is $20, and this is a 6mm mixed strand of red tiger's eye, blue tiger's eye, and honey tiger's eye, also called brown tiger's eye. So this is a wonderful, fall kind of like neutral, traditionally masculine style of color combination. That kind of regular brown tiger's eye is thought to help you remain safe when you're in perceived danger, improve your creative endeavors, and overall help you remain grounded. You'll hear that a lot, that it's like a grounding stone. I've said that several times tonight. But when you see these kind of more natural colors of tiger's eye, you can really start to feel and understand what ancient people would have thought of when they saw this stone. It's just those feelings that it evokes based on the colors that you see. Does that make sense? I hope what I'm trying to say is coming across. All right, now on to what will likely be, in my opinion, one of the most popular strands of this evening. We are on to W. These are 25. These are such good quality. Oh my gosh. And also, guys, these have incredible polish. We are so lucky that we get best friend prices from our wonderful gem dealers who only get the good stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff out there that's cheap, and we know it. But that's not what we do here. And hopefully you guys can see the difference. So where was I on my list of things that I wanted to not forget to tell you guys? Red tiger's eye, which is that beautiful kind of like burgundy color. Red tiger's eye is highly regarded for strengthening in your body force and improving your energy. So generally, those beautiful kind of like red ruby colors are going to be things similar to that. And then blue tiger's eye, which you see as that kind of gray color here, it's called blue tiger's eye, but it's often called hawkeye. And it has a natural kind of greenish, bluish gray color to it that will improve, or is thought to improve your clarity and give you better perspective, like that achieved from a hawk flying overhead. So mental clarity, good kind of like introspective, and what's the opposite of retrospective?
Introspective.
No, like forward.
The future.
Futurespective. Just ways of thinking.
Contemporary? I don't know.
I don't know. Is there an antonym for retrospective? Probably.
Introspective.
This is Hank that I know is going to fly out of here. We have a ton of...
Who's Hank?
This guy. We have a ton of super talented customers that are men and make men's jewelry, and they are always on the lookout for...
And their name is Hank.
Super high-end tiger's eye, because there's a lot of nasty tiger's eye out there. And it's all pretty, but you can tell good tiger's eye from bad tiger's eye once you have kind of acquired an eye for it, no pun intended. And I know that if these don't sell out tonight, that these are going to be gone very, very soon, just because I am thinking of several people that I know are going to love these. So these are X. Alex, if you wouldn't mind changing the screen to $30. Look at the polish on these, guys.
Sparkle.
These are so heavy. So blue tiger's eye is also thought to strengthen your will, like your willpower.
It's called willpower.
And improve your courage. Perfect for someone who needs a little bit of extra confidence, whether it's like going to a job interview or like social confidence or just like your inner self-worth. So hawkeye perspective that you would that it is thought that you would achieve from wearing like that natural blue tiger's eye is what?
Not rude.
Oh,
Willpower.
Is thought to help you look at the bigger picture with more clarity in complex and overwhelming situations in your life. It's just going to solve all your problems. No, I'm kidding. Please don't think that I'm saying that. These are just what a lot of people put faith into. And you can put your faith into a lot of different things. But we're making no medical claims.
Speak for yourself. I am.
Where are my hooks that are open? What are you singing?
No.
All right.
Why?
Why? Because it's so pretty.
No. This is why.
Because we love it.
How much is why?
$20. So this is going to be that beautiful red tiger's eye. So this is going to be one that is going to help you with is thought to help you with your passions and things that bring you that excitement in life that you might be hesitant about. It's just one of those kind of vitality kind of stones.
Very passionate about underwater BB stacking.
Are you? You learn something new about your partner every day if you pay attention to them enough.
If you're around them as much as we're around each other. Z? How much is Z?
Z is 25.
All right.
Get back on there, little buddy.
Put that thing back where it came from, so help me.
Beautiful. Okay, 8mm red tiger's eye. Now keep in mind, guys, if you are fans of red the color, this is not red. It's just called red tiger's eye because it's more red than the brown tiger's eye. So these beautiful stones are a nice kind of like dark chocolate brown to maroon kind of burgundy color. Now, because tiger's eye is a natural stone, and because there are differences in the mineral makeup and the different presence of inclusions in these stones, you're going to see some color variety on a lot of these.
Susan said, so where did milk steak come from? You'll never know.
Are you going to answer since nobody guessed it?
Nah.
I wonder what would happen if you Google it. It'd probably come right up, wouldn't it?
It would have to. There's no way.
You guys can cheat if you want. That prize is still open. First person to Google it.
That's very honorable of everybody.
Yeah, they just don't care about our random trivia. They're like, I'm not gonna entertain whatever you guys have going on.
I don't know. If I was offered free stuff. You ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Trying to discourage the random trivia. All right, so these are 10mm strands. They are AA and they are $30 a strand. Look at these beautiful ones. Very, very, very pretty. I love that we've got some big stones tonight that we can show you guys that on screen they show that chatoyancy better than the smaller stones. But just keep in mind those smaller stones are just as beautiful. They're just not showing up as clearly on screen because of our
Always Sunny in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Can you write down
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but yeah, that's close enough, I guess.
Yeah. Perfect. Alrighty.
Winner, milk steak dinner.
She'll know what that means.
Who doesn't love a good milk steak? That's all I'm saying.
All right, moving on to the next tray. Not tripping on cords.
I also love ghouls and playing night crawlers.
These are all quotes from a TV show. Alex is strange, but not that strange.
I do love a good milk steak, though. And I'm quite interested in ghouls. Haven't played
Okay.
Nightcrawlers yet though.
So this is our last tray that we are going to be looking at tonight. And Sue, I loved your idea of going through the facts while we talk about the stones. So we don't have any additional content beyond this tray.
I mean, we've been here for an hour and a half almost, so.
Perfect. We're good timing because I
Are we out of the thingies?
guesstimated. No. I have more. What, these?
I'm talking about the little hookies.
Oh, I mean, I've got a bag somewhere. I just don't want to take the time to find them.
L.
But just know we have some really, really awesome. We have some really, really awesome gemstones showing up within the next couple of weeks. We also, I hope, if all goes according to plan, it's been kind of tight with scheduling lately. I hope, if all goes according to plan, within the next few weeks, we will have a celebrity guest star on our show.
It may or may not be John Cena.
It is not John Cena. But we're very excited for that. And if you guys know what kind of beads, I mean, I like all beads, but if you guys know what beads really get me excited, like the historical anthropology aspect of things.
It's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in a segment called The Rock Sells Rocks.
No, it's
be
not.
Here or be square.
It's not. You're straight up lying, Alex. But if you guys have any guesses as to who it is, that would be really cool. I don't know if you guys are like super into bead celebrities like I am, but
Milk steak.
Is it a real thing, Lois? Is milk steak a real thing? Wouldn't the milk like break down the proteins in it and make it like soft? Is that what it does? I'm vegan, so I have no idea how meat chemical reactions happen, but I would think that would be
chemical reactions of being vegan.
No, I mean like meat. I mean like meat, like when you would like tenderize something. Would milk tenderize
what
something?
Number is this, BB?
Yeah, BB. We're gonna get back to talking about beads now. Less about milk steaks, more about beads.
And Nightcrawlers.
Why do these look so dark? These are very pretty golden yellow tiger's eye.
Yeah.
So these are 6mm. They are $20. They are golden or yellow tiger's eye. The yellow gold color of brown tiger's eye or the light honey tiger's eye instills or is thought to instill clear thinking, confidence, and willpower. So very similar to the brown tiger's eye.
Are you just referencing inside jokes between us from like 8 years ago?
I'm sorry.
7 years ago.
I'm sorry. I just speak in memes.
Willpower? Yeah, me too. I don't think anyone can follow this show.
I'm sorry. So on to the next. What?
People put deer meat in milk and take the gamey. Gamey taste out of it?
Oh yeah, interesting. I wonder what causes. Is that like an acid that would cause like a gamey taste in food?
I don't know what that even means.
Like you know how like stuff can taste gamey. Like
a game?
No, like hunted food can.
All food is hunted.
Is it? Let's not talk about factory farming on a show about tiger's eye.
You don't hunt a man.
So these are CC. Alex is going to change that on screen to $25 for CC. These are 8mm. People are going to stop watching us. We are.
I mean, they already have. How much? We're basically streaming to ourselves at this point.
No, we have a wonderful group of friends in chat. Thank you for sticking with us, even though we go off rails.
They're as goofy as us.
So,
Lamb marinated in yogurt?
The golden yellow coloring is, in particular, it is thought to bring together the energy of the earth and the sun, so more sun references, which is going to, it is thought to be, it's thought to be something that can help you act on your instincts and intuition, and help you release any fear, be more confident. We're hearing these same kind of themes over and over again with just specific little intentions that are a little bit greater in each of these varieties. So that's basically the gist for Tiger's Eye in general. On to the black and gold varieties. So what are we on? D?
Sweet DD.
I was thinking like Dexter's Lab. Yeah. Who watched Dexter's Lab? 25. That show is not on anymore.
I love that show.
I did too. When I could sneak to watch it in my grandparents' basement.
It's weird you weren't allowed to watch a show about a scientist.
No, it's just like we didn't have that kind of TV at our house. Like we didn't have cable and stuff.
What's the price on this?
$25.
Yes, I wasn't allowed to watch Pokemon.
I wasn't.
What's the price? 25?
Not at first, but yeah, 25. 8mm. I think I hit all my notes that I wanted to talk to you guys about when it came to Tiger's Eye. If you're familiar with the stones of the Bible, certain translations of the Bible have certain stone varieties listed differently. But because Tiger's Eye is like a chalcedony stone, a lot of different belief systems, they believe that some of the chalcedony mentions in the Bible were actually Tiger's Eye. So
exactly, Melanie.
In the book of Revelation, there is discussion. I'm very sorry if I get any of this wrong. I'm certainly no expert on the book of Revelation, but the like cornerstones of the new kingdom in New Jerusalem is thought to be Tiger's Eye. That's probably my very last Tiger's Eye thought that I have. But if you guys, like I said, if you guys have any questions about Tiger's Eye throughout history or any cool facts about Tiger's Eye, anything about the gem cutting process or the polishing process, I am happy to tell you all that I know. I can't see comments right now, so I'm hoping that
DD, get out of my laboratory.
Yeah. Melanie knows what's up. Lori says keeps it interesting. I'm happy that we can entertain you in that way. So we are moving on to EE. This is 30. Suzanne says, I'm told deer can taste gamey. That's what I have heard. I've never eaten a deer before. I haven't experienced that, but that is what I hear a lot.
I haven't eaten deer in a long time, but I remember it tasting pretty good. I had deer jerky, though.
I think it probably depends on like
the deer's
diet, like how fat the deer is.
I mean, you get yourself a 12-point buck. I mean, you eating good. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
No, deer jerky is really good though. I like jerky in general, but what other gemstones would you mix with Tiger's Eye to create a long necklace?
Oh, okay. So Tiger's Eye looks good with everything because it's neutral. But
what a cop out.
Tiger's Eye particularly looks great if we're talking about that like golden honey kind of like natural brown color of Tiger's Eye, like this color. It's often found with or often used with black lava. It's something that is seen a lot with onyx. Onyx, just a tidbit about onyx. Black onyx is actually the most mentioned stone throughout Christian history. It is a beautiful stone to see with those jewel tone colors. So pinks, magenta, reds that are more on the pink side than the orange side. However, Tyrosite also looks absolutely gorgeous with those warm tone colors as well. So it's mixed with carnelian a lot. Truly, you can put it with absolutely anything. And because it's one of those beautiful kind of natural colors, I feel like brown is like something that goes with absolutely everything. What was that? EE. So we are on to FF. And these are 6mm, good old high-end, regular brown tiger's eye, natural tiger's eye. These are $20. And this is the most common color, the most widely found color of tiger's eye. A lot of this is from South Africa. A little bit of this comes from Australia. I said that earlier. But we see some come from the Americas as well. There's different mineral makeups in the rocks in different areas of the world. So you see some variety in the way it looks depending on where it's from. And they find lots of similar new stones, like little pockets of stone in new surprising places all the time where they wouldn't have expected those minerals to be. If you look at the earth in slices, there are so many different, just strange pockets of minerals that scientists would not expect to be there, especially in the state and like makeups that they're in. So that's how a lot of scientists and anthropologists actually learn about history. So these archaeologists are looking at these slices, if you will, of the earth. They do like core diggings and all kinds of cool things, and they look at the changes and they study the minerals and they know what causes these changes, and it's just how we learn about our past.
I heard that Chuck Norris kicked the side of a glacier, and that's why there's those rings.
Oh, yeah. So we're on to GG. This is probably one of our best-selling stone types and sizes and shapes of all time. This is GG. This is $25. 8mm, beautiful brown tiger's eye. And I'm going to bring it closer so you guys can see this beautiful hue. Oh man, is it pretty. And these have such a great polish on them. And a polish can really make a mediocre stone look great. But when you see it on a high-end stone, a high polish on a high-end stone, nothing can beat that. It is just incredible. So that's another reason why we like to be super specific about where we get our stones. Because you can also, on the flip side of that, you can have a really nice high-end stone and it doesn't have a great polish on it, so you'd never know to the naked eye that it's a super high-end stone. Can you switch back so I can see chat, because it keeps popping away on mine. Can you get me caught up if there's
tiger's eye and turquoise with some small metal spacelets add some sparkle. Is pretty on long necklace too. And then Stacy said, I find it fascinating the medicinal traits applied to gemstones. How did all that come about?
That's a great question. So a lot of it has to do with years and years and years of experimentation. But I think the majority of the explanations, oh, so this is HH, this is 30. These are 10 millimeter, beautiful, incredibly chatoyant tiger's eye. A lot of it is credited to what historians would name to be divine knowledge. So there have been so many different documented cases over time of just like groups of people becoming awakened. So almost every culture, truly, at its first documentation of I don't want to say modern history, but like the last, like since the last ice age. HH is 30. There was this like awakening. So a lot of that is accredited to like the Christian God. A lot of that is accredited to like Buddha. A lot of it is accredited to the Birdman.
Like Lil Wayne's dad.
A lot of cultures in the United States, indigenous people reference a Birdman who is a bringer of knowledge, and so a lot of these ancient traditions started, or they say like their history, the people's history, started with that like divine bringer of knowledge. So speaking of medicinal purposes, not only is tiger's eye thought to be something that cleanses the blood and cleanses your body of toxins, but also, funnily enough, it is thought to be one of the treatments for eye ailments. So people just kind of did this like association thing over time as well. They think that like, you know, it's kind of like beans are good for your kidneys, like anything that kind of like looks like something else. There's that association there, and so the people who did the doctoring throughout history sometimes just kind of like tried stuff that made sense to them. But looking back as far as you can go, where history starts for a lot of different cultures, most of it is accredited to what they say is divine knowledge. So that's my spiel on that. I hope that was not too long-winded. I get really excited when I talk about ancient culture and anthropology and things like that. And I don't speak no good. So if you have, if anybody has any other questions about any of that stuff, I'm more than happy to help.
Just DM her on Facebook.
Yeah, I'll talk your ear off about ancient people. I will, I'll show you guys a little bit of a sneak peek at some of the stuff that we have coming up. Well, Alex collects the last couple of comments. No guarantees that this is going to be next week, but I just want to show you some really pretty stuff while I have it out here on the table. Hopefully you guys could hear that.
You're not on camera.
Oh.
But it's cool on it, I guess.
Am I on now? Awesome. So this is some of the nicest red coral I have ever seen in my entire life. We have this in several sizes. Beautiful, sugary, transparent amethyst. And I don't know if you guys know this, but so chevron amethyst and Cape amethyst is cool. It's beautiful. But when you've got that transparency and gem quality in the stone, that makes it so high end, so beautiful. And the light just shines through it. And there is nothing wrong with stones that have inclusions and opacity. But when you have that gem quality in a stone where it has that transparency, it has minimal inclusions, oh man, it is just gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So that's a sneak peek. We have, I want to show you guys the nicest Larimar I've ever seen in my entire life. You guys want to see Larimar?
Who's that?
I have it in my secret case. Are we still on hand cam?
We can be.
We can be. Let's do it.
Got it.
So here's my case of Larimar. Let me get this open real quick. All right, so Larimar is a very, very special stone. We have Larimar occasionally. You guys have seen us have Larimar before. Most of our Larimar is beautiful, beautiful blue Larimar. Oftentimes, the Larimar that you see accessible is going to be a lighter color that has a lot of speckles and inclusions. This kind of stuff has minimal inclusions in it. This is beautiful. This is wonderful. I love these. However, I had the opportunity to buy Larimar by the gram. And I just want to show you. Look at these. Oh man, got that beautiful patterning. I hope that's focusing. They're just so pretty. So I just wanted to show you guys our Larimar. These are for sale. We likely won't have them in the show because they're like.
So look.
Really?
She wants to cancel her 8mm color mix.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no problem.
I'll just write that.
Yeah. So these are just like really, really, really nice. Like they're gonna go under lock and key, but still visible. But if you're interested, please feel free to message us and we can let you know the prices on these beautiful bad boys. So let me set these over and I think that's it.
Thanks everybody for watching. If you shopped with us, we greatly appreciate it. That means the world to us.
We love you.
We will get your orders out ASAP.
We will.
And
please remember to send us a message to let us know your email address if you have not shopped with us before. Keep in mind, if it's been a while since you've shopped with us, we send invoices through our website now, or like through our internal system now, rather than directly through PayPal. That way it's a little bit easier, but keep in mind the email will look different if it's been a while. Bead Extravaganza Spring Fling is coming up in April. Mark your calendars for mid-April. I think it's like the 17th and 18th. I could be wrong. Whatever that weekend is. We have a lot of really fun stuff coming up here in the store. Tomorrow is actually Yarn Lovers Open Group at 1:30. So if you're a knitter or a crocheter,
Illinois is for lovers.
and if you're in the St. Louis area, we would love to see you. Or if you want to make the trip, I see some of you are a little bit closer than others. Come visit us.
Indy isn't that far of a drive. It's only about 4.5 hours.
Really not. It's not bad. But yeah,
you know you're about halfway when you see that giant cross.
Yeah, that's true. Please keep us in mind for your beading needs. We know that there's a lot of options out there, especially online. But we truly appreciate and just like acknowledge your friendship and support. I know it kind of sounds silly to say this, but we would not be here without you. So as a small business owner, especially in times like this, like it is
times like these, we learn to love again.
It is incredible to see the amount of support that you guys.
Brandy says visiting your store in April. That's awesome.
Yay! Let us know when you're coming. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, I might actually be here.
We are. I should say we are thinking about going out to one of our importers, like import warehouse, in April. So I will make sure it's not during that time. If you know when you're coming, just send us a message if you would like to let us know the dates ahead of time.
And as always, make sure to like the video or heart it if you're on Facebook. Share it with all your friends. That really does help. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. You've been watching this long, you might as well.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all.
If you guys don't know, I just want to say one more thing. I'm so sorry. If you guys don't know,
my intros and outros.
I'm so
literally
sorry. I'm so
every
sorry.
single day.
I just think of more things. Don't tip the chair. That's how Parker fell back yesterday.
I'm not a 6-year-old.
So we have a website, and on our website we have both retail and wholesale options, and you can mix and match. So don't think that you have to spend a ton of money in order to unlock wholesale pricing. Like I said, we know there's a lot of options out there, but your support during these live shows in our store and on our website is what supports our family, and we really appreciate you, because we know that there's other places out there, but we try really hard to to bring you guys really good stuff.
To play off the wise words of the WWE Universal Undisputed World Heavyweight Champion, we acknowledge you.
Where's Suzanne? We got to reference wrestling. I mean, we did a little bit earlier, but.
Woo! Have a great night, everybody. We thank you all so much.
Bye, guys. See you next
week.
Until
next week.